Get in the groove.
Get in the groove.
Yeah, isn't that what you guys used to say back in the day? Get in the groove.
That's Grandma's day.
Oh.
No, I don't say that.
No?
How did it feel when you were my age and Grandma was an activist?
Oh. We had to deal with a lot of bullying at school because Grandma and Grandpa and their peers would be in the paper all the time. Oh, your mom and dad are radicals. They're radical activists. Yeah, I don't think you understand the term yet, but you can research it later.
Totally rad?
No, totally opposite.
Oh.
It was more negative feedback going to school rather than positive because I don't think they understood what Grandma and Grandpa stood for.
Yeah.
Grandma and Grandpa were always gone all the time. But for the most part, they would take us to these protests. So I think when I...
Well, actually, you were in school most of the time.
Well, yeah,
and then after school, then you come with me.
Yeah, there you go. When the protests were done after school, then we would go, or on the weekends.
Yes, yes.
When it was a harder issue that they were going to address, one or either you or Tata would go, and then we would be with Mom or Nana.
It was a tough time because actually when we created Nashon in '91, we created it for an action group to force the issues that were happening to our people. And of course, in that time frame, everyone called us disutenta, disutentu, tai respetu, tai mamalau, all of the names you can name. They were calling all of us that. When we addressed these issues, all we were concerned about was helping our brothers and sisters with whatever their issue was, getting access to their lands and everything like that.
After the war, a lot of lands were taken.
From original landowners who lived there.
And so a lot of these original landowners were not able to access the properties. So there was a lot of land up at Anderson. The families from Sumai who were relocated to parts of Agate and Santa Rita because their lands were taken to build what is known as a naval station, I believe.
Yes.
So those are the examples of lands that are behind the fence. And at one point, Potts Junction, the Arteros and the Sablons, right?
Yes.
Urunao land, Hinapsen land, those were properties behind the fence.
So what it is that they didn't condemn those families' lands, but they blocked them from having access to go to their lands. At the time, 50 years went by and they never touched any of these lands that they condemned, while our people had to go and fend for themselves. So yes, it was hard times, and it was actually the beginning. And we were faced with a lot of bad names. They even called us squatters. What they didn't know was I had a full-time job, and you guys were in school, and we had a house. We had everything that we had to deal with other families. But it's okay because we knew that we were trying to help our brothers and sisters and issues that were facing our people.
So that's what made you become an activist or wanted?
It's unjust, meaning it's not right for an original landowner, an ancestral landowner, to not have access because they've condemned and they've put up a fence. The people who were, not just beachside,
anywhere on the island where you have the military bases.
Yeah. So that was one of the issues that Nashon, your grandma and grandpa, advocated for.
Return of excess lands that were not being access. And bring it back to our people.
Yeah. I did not know that.
You didn't?
Yeah, I was like mind blown.
Yeah, but that was.
But that was the start, and it was an action group to make everyone face the issues that were addressing our people.
Yeah. Those weren't the only things. They stood in support of the language and the culture. Grandma and Grandpa had me in cultural dance at an early age, so that I was all around involved and aware, and not just through the activism side, but through I lenguajes and I cultura. Kind of what I'm doing with you and your brother and your sisters. You guys are dancers. I get you involved and aware and hopefully conscious of all of that.
Okay, so what age were you when you decided, I'm going to be a part of this. Let me just do this real quick.
Oh, like what you guys consider my woke moment?
Yes. What is a woke?
I don't know. I thought it was a thing.
Mom, no.
Uncle Aaron used the word.
If I don't use it, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, consciousness when you, well, fortunately for me, and I was raised by grandma and grandpa.
So you're like a pure activist once?
No. But they never...
We never forced them. We just brought them into seeing the real reality of what's happening to our island.
And then on my terms.
And we let it go to them to be themselves and wake up on their own. But always educating them as to what we're doing.
Yeah.
Why did you and Grandpa get into activism?
Well, because I gave birth to your mom and your Nina. And I was concerned about the environment, learning about all the, the toxic and chemical dump sites that they put on our island. I'm worried about if I leave this world, they're stuck with dealing with all of this hazardous waste and unclean living. So this is why we got into it, because we were concerned about not just our lives, but all of our people's lives. We are all related somehow or another. So we're all one big happy family here and try to keep it clean.
And I think that's the reason why I continue to do what I do, because for you, well, not just for you, but like
for generations to come.
For your children and your children's children.
If I have kids.
Or your...
Regardless, you just want to have clean island, clean living, clean everything, because that's what we all deserve. Yes.
How do you feel that your grandma, your grandpa, your mom, your Nina, that we do this kind of work in the community?
Well, when we first got back to Guam, like after we were in Hawaii for a while, I saw you getting back into your, mojo, and I was,
Kid.
I was not really into it, as you're millennial, right? As you millennials might say.
Into it?
I don't know. I wasn't like...
You didn't understand maybe?
No, I didn't understand at the time. I wasn't happy about it. I was like, oh my God, you're like always gone. You never take us. So when you brought us to our first rally, I think that was when we really got like...
When you understood?
Yeah, like the true aspect of like what everyone's fighting for. And you told us afterwards what you were doing and what Grandma and Grandpa have been doing. So that's when I was like, oh, so
get it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about it now?
Now I guess I'm proud. I'm proud to be a part of this family, and also wanting to join in whenever I can or help out.
Oh, you did actually. You got your friends together and you went to a beach side and you cleaned up all the trash, and that was wonderful.
Yeah.
And that's
just
caring
little
about your
things.
island and, trying to help out in whatever best way you can.
Well, that's just me.
Well, you also you're a cultural dancer.
Yeah.
So you're perpetuating the culture in that way, and Ihilenguari. So that's, steps into...
baby steps.
Baby steps.
You guys are
Baby steps,
all the way
baby.
up there.
Well, you're still baby.
Yeah. Okay, is there... Do you know anything about Litekyan?
What about that?
The firing range that's...
Oh, yes, that one. It's something with the military or the government wanting to use one of the lands for...
Portion of land.
A portion of land, for the practice of their, for the guns and stuff, and which is, not gonna help our island at all. Okay, did I get it right?
Why are you asking us that?
I'm just making sure.
Stop asking.
You gotta figure this out, girl.
Oh, I'm 75-80% confident in what I'm saying most of the time. I don't know how to put this. I was mostly more into...
What, the beach?
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
I was more into the culture dancing and the other activities that were happening. I never really got into the actual thing that they're trying to fight for. But it is something to learn about.
But it's a
one day.
connection, Hani. There's a connection with what you do as a cultural dancer to that of the culture, Everything connects, the culture, the language, the land, it all connects. So I think you just have to figure out for yourself, yeah.
I know, I just gotta get into it. I'm more like, now get in the groove.
Get in the groove.
Yeah, isn't that what you guys used to say back in the day? Get in the groove.
That's Grandma's day.
Oh.
No, I don't say that.
No. Part of all the ongoing issues on island, as far as Litekyan, the firing range that is being built, the fact that they can do that is because they colonize us. And there's something that needs to happen in order for us to have control of decisions like that. And what that is it's called decolonization, meaning decolonize from the United States. And it's a process that we all need to understand. And it's your right as a Chamorro woman or as a Chamorro person to exercise your right in that process. And that's for us to determine whether we want to be independent or freely associated with the United States or integrated. I think people need to understand that all these issues that we're facing right now with contamination with the military, the taking of land for firing range, we need to look at the process of decolonization so that we no longer have those issues.
We don't have a say in what happens here. Because we are colonized, they can do whatever they like here. We can't really stop it. By our protests, it shows that we don't agree with all of this contaminations. We don't agree with them just taking lands that don't belong to them. And this is why we are looking into now decolonization, because then we want to have our voice back. This is our island. We are concerned about it. And everyone else who's actually trying to go there on us is not doing anything good for us.
Do you think that activism is important?
Well, yes. Because everyone should have an opinion and their opinion should be spoken out. No matter what others think. If it's right for everyone, then it's right for everyone. Was that good?
Good job, first daughter.
My hands are so sweaty.
Mine too. You must be my kid.
Isn't.
Okay.
I got this.
I don't know.
My glasses are fogging up.
God, I think I got like 2 more pimples.
For more content like this, subscribe to Nihi Kids on YouTube.